Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Lessons at Fingertips. Here we discuss on some important topics in really simple words so that it's easier for you to understand and keep things in mind. Today our topic of discussion is going to be Williamsons Model. Now what is this? This is another type of firm's objective, right? We have already studied some of the objective like profit maximization, Baumer's theory, then marriage hypothesis. Now we have come to this Williamsons model. What does this Williamson model actually state? It states that the managers are more interested. The managers are more interested in pursuing policies that will help them to maximize their own utility rather than attempting to maximize the profit, which would maximize the utility of the shareholder. So as like the earlier objectives also, where we have seen there has been a difference between the managers' motives and the shareholders or the owner's motive. Definitely it's going to be there, right? And to stress that thing more, it's the Williamson model. In Williamson's model, we say that there will be a constraint, a profit constraint, subject to a profit constraint. Then what will happen? They have this utility maximization thing, right? But it has to be subject to some profit constraint. Next is what managerial utility function includes what such variables such as salary, security, power, status, prestige, professional excellence. So all these are certain factors in the utility, utility function of the managers, right? Managerial utility function, isn't it? Like what is the manager, the utility of the manager is based on what are the things, right? It can be salary, security, power, status, prestige or professional excellence, right? Next of all these variables, only the first is measurable. Now you see, if you analyze these variables, it's the salary that is just measurable. Other than the salary, nothing is measurable. You cannot measure it. You cannot measure the security. You cannot measure power. So what we need to do is transform them into some units that can be measurable, right? So for the other factors, it is based on the expense preference. What is it? That how much they are willing to spend on these factors like security, power, prestige or professional excellence. So these things cannot be measurable. Salary to pata hai ki 50,000, 60,000 jitna bhi mil raha hai, I am getting. But what about my power? How much am I possessing? What about my security? How much job security do I have? Now for this to be measurable, what they are going to do, it is based on the expenses that they are, that they are bearing, right? So that expense shows the preference. Okay, the more they are ready to spend on these factors means they are more intended towards those those specific factors, the specific variables, right? They have more preference towards them, which is backed by satisfaction of the manager that they get, right? Next, you see, if we write the function of the managerial utility function, we see U as a function of S, M and ID, where S is the salary, isn't it? Staff expenses, the salaries. Next is the managerial emoluments, that is M, and ID is discretionary investment. Okay, ID is discretionary investment. Now you see basic relation of demand curve with the firm. What is the basic relation of demand curve with the firm? Firm has definitely a downward sloping demand curve, isn't it? It is assumed that the demand is negatively related to the price. We already know that. But positively related to the staff expenditure and the shift factor E. What does that imply? अभी price के साथ तो demand is definitely negatively related. But just staff expenses है, okay, उससे demand is positively related. Means what? Then more you see the staffs are saying कि ये company तो staff के ऊपर काफी खर्चा करती है. ये company गाड़ी देती है, घर देती है रहने के लिए if you are working there in a proper position. So you will be preferring that company, isn't it? Who will be giving you remuneration, who will be giving you expenses, the company which is ready to bear expenses for its employees. ठीक है, at least रहने का खर्चा, आने जाने का खर्चा the company is giving. So I will be preferring that company, isn't it? So staff expenses जब भी it's high and तो उसके साथ demand is positively related, ठीक है? So positive, this is the case for the demand curve. तो अभी हम लोग इसको कैसे देख सकते हैं कि P is what x, S P is a function of x, S and E, right? X is what output के साथ, P is the price, staff expense is the S and E is the condition of the environment. और condition of the environment इसके साथ भी demand is positively related. तो ये क्या हो गया, demand का function हो गया firm का, ठीक है? Firm का demand का function that is P is equals to x, S and E. P here we are saying what जो price है, the price level is determined by what, x that is the output level, S the staff expenses and E the environmental condition. तो हम लोग यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं कि P के साथ जो x है that is negatively related, we know that. Then P के साथ S जो है that is positively related और P के साथ E that is positively related. तो अभी अगर S increase होता है क्या होगा, the demand curve will shift. So see, if that is the change in the other factor, तो demand curve वैसा है ना, अभी price change होगा तो यही पे changes होंगे. But if there is an increase in this, so demand curve rightward shift कर जाएगा, है ना? तो see, if S increases, demand is going to shift upwards, इधर बाहर की तरफ निकलेगा. Here we see what S is increased only if pi D is decreased. What is a pi D? That is discretional profit. अब discretional profit जितना decrease करेगा उतना ही we can increase S, उतना ही we can increase E. ठीक है, स्टाफ एक्सपेंसेस इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं, बेटर वर्किंग कंडीशन इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं, बट उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा, डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट को रिड्यूस करनी पड़ेगी. ठीक है, मैनेजर्स ट्राई फॉर ऑप्टिमम कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ एस एंड पाई डी. तो क्या होगा कि अभी यू ऑलरेडी नो कि पाई डी जो कि डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट है, व्हेन दैट डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट इज रिड्यूसिंग then only we can increase S, then only we can increase E. और जितना ये इंक्रीज करेंगे उतना ही डिमांड फॉर द जॉब विल बी इंक्रीजिंग, है ना. बट अभी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट क्या है, अगर डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट को हम कम कर दे रहे हैं तो हाउ आर वी गोइंग टू सैटिस्फाई द शेयर होल्डर्स. शेयर होल्डर्स को भी तो पैसे देने हैं ना. हाउ आर वी गोइंग टू डू दैट, हाउ आर वी गोइंग टू सैटिस्फाई द ओनर्स. तो वो लोग तो हमें छोड़ के चले जाएंगे. मैनेजर का काम है कि दे नीड टू मेक अ बैलेंस बिटवीन द डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट एंड द द एस एंड अदर फैक्टर्स, राइट. क्योंकि अदर फैक्टर्स को भी अच्छे से मेंटेन करना है, सो दैट द मैनेजर्स द वर्कर्स आर रेडी टू स्टे इन द कंपनी. डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट को भी सही से मेंटेन करनी है, सो दैट द स्टे एज शेयर होल्डर्स और द ओनर्स ऑफ द कंपनी डू नॉट लीव द कंपनी, राइट. दिस इज द वर्क ऑफ द मैनेजर्स. तो हम लोग क्या पता है कि सी द यूटिलिटी फंक्शन ऑफ द मैनेजर किसके ऊपर बेस्ड है, स्टाफ एक्सपेंसेस के ऊपर. एम होता है मैनेजरियल एम्यूनमेंट के ऊपर एंड आईडी इज व्हाट, डिस्क्रिशनरी इन्वेस्टमेंट के ऊपर. तो डिस्क्रिशनरी इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या होती है, इज इक्वल्स टू प्रॉफिट. ओके, डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट, डिस्क्रिशनरी इन्वेस्टमेंट इक्वल्स टू डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट. एंड वी नो डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट के साथ ये सब नेगेटिवली रिलेटेड है. तो डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट क्या होती है, जो एक्चुअल प्रॉफिट होती है माइनस द मिनिमम प्रॉफिट दैट नीड्स टू बी केप्ट माइनस द टैक्स. रिमेंबर दिस, हम लोग इसके पहले जो मॉडल्स पढ़े थे उसमें भी डिस्कस कि मिनिमम प्रॉफिट कांस्टेंट होनी चाहिए, है ना, एक मिनिमम प्रॉफिट होनी चाहिए. बट हियर व्हाट वी आर स्टडीइंग इज एक डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट मेंटेन होनी चाहिए. डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट या तो डिस्क्रिशनरी इन्वेस्टमेंट मेंटेन होनी चाहिए, ठीक है, नॉट मिनिमम प्रॉफिट. और डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट क्या होती है, एक्चुअल प्रॉफिट माइनस मिनिमम प्रॉफिट माइनस टैक्स इज डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट, ठीक है. एंड फ्रॉम हियर वी गेट द फंक्शन, यूटिलिटी फंक्शन ऑफ मैनेजर, क्या कि एस के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है और पाई डी के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है. व्हाट इज पाई डी, दैट इज डिस्क्रिशनरी प्रॉफिट. So ये हो गया Williamson model. I hope you guys have liked this video. Please do hit a like and subscribe to my channel. Share with your friends for more such informative videos. Thank you. Bye bye.